This right here is the complete recap of Martin Mystery. Before we get into it, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. Let's get started. For those who love a blend of international flavor in their animation, Martin Mystery stands out as a remarkable example. The production of this series is an impressive collaboration between several major players in the animation industry. We have Marathon Media, an established name in the animation world, alongside Rai Fiction, bringing that Italian charm. Then we have Image Entertainment Corporation, adding a touch of Canadian flair to the mix, but that's not all. The series also saw the involvement of Tatsunoko Production, a renowned Japanese animation studio, and their contribution adds a unique dimension to the show, blending different animation styles and storytelling techniques. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Martin Mystery, which is the comic book this series is based on. So, he's this captivating character who leaps from pages of an Italian comic book bearing his name. This series, which is the brainchild of Alfredo Castelli and Giancarlo Alessandrini, first graced the Italian comic book scene in 1982, published by Sergio Bonelli Editore. Martin Mystery isn't just your typical protagonist. He's a man of many talents and interests. An art historian, archaeologist, anthropologist, adventurer, writer, television producer, and a collector with a thing for the unusual. Though his roots are in New York City, where he was born as Martin Jacques Mystery, Italy holds a special place in his life, having spent a significant time studying there and experiencing numerous adventures. His life took a dramatic turn after the mysterious plane crash that claimed his parents in 1965. This tragedy propelled him into a life dedicated to unraveling the most mystifying events and locations in human history. Mystery's expertise isn't just academic. He often lends a hand to the New York police and a covert US government agency. His curiosity is his compass, guiding him to assist anyone who seeks his help. Accompanying him on his global escapades is Java, a strong mute Neanderthal man whom Mystery discovered in the city of Lucid Shadows in Mongolia. But there's also Diana Lombard. More than just his companion, she's his longtime fiancée and later his wife. Mystery's character is complex. He's no womanizer, yet his fidelity to Diana has its own blemishes. Diana, a social worker, often finds herself at odds with Martin. Her frustration is palpable, stemming from his sudden travels, lack of communication, and the bevy of beautiful women that seem to orbit around him. Now, the Martin Mystery we know is literally the complete opposite. So the world we're familiar with has these comic book characters, Martin, Mystery, and Diana Lombard, transform into teenage heroes. We see them navigating the everyday challenges of high school at Torrington Academy, nestled in the city of Sherbrooke, Quebec. But here's the thing. Their school life is just a front. These teens are actually part of a secret organization called the Center. This covert group is dedicated to shielding the Earth from supernatural dangers and delving into the mysteries of the paranormal. Now, each episode is a self-contained adventure brimming with new and thrilling elements. This Monster of the Week format ensures that you're not tangled in long, overarching plots, making it super easy to hop in and out of episodes as you like. Fancy a break? No problem. You can pause your journey and resume whenever you're ready without missing a beat. And what's really cool is that the monsters in these stories often draw inspiration from well-known cultural legends or mythology. Coming back to the actual story, Martin, with his expansive knowledge of all things supernatural, is the standout agent for the Center. His sharp intuition and quick thinking are vital in their encounters with the unknown. Martin also has this super cool gadget called the U-Watch, and it's like your personal getaway to a world of incredible gadgets. With a simple tap, you can access a comprehensive database of all known monsters, and it's equipped with a built-in bioscanner. The U-Watch also transforms into a shield for protection, a laser gun for those intense moments, an energy blade, and for those times you need to make a quick escape or reach high places, there's a turbo bungee grappling hook as well. But this Martin Mystery is completely different from the macho, brave, and strong man from the comics. The cartoon version of Martin is quite the character. He's a bit of a clumsy, arrogant, immature, and hyperactive nerd. He's always buzzing with energy. One thing about him, he rarely thinks before jumping into action, especially when it's to help someone. This often means leaping into danger headfirst, driven by his wild theories, usually inspired by some movie or his favorite magazine, Paranormal Monthly.
What? Hey, Hey, Amanda! What a coincidence seeing you here. I was just doing a little light reading.
Oh, and in every episode, Martin rocks a red and yellow short-sleeved jacket. That's his signature look, whether he's in school or out on a mission. Now, here's a quirky trait. Martin absolutely loves anything slimy, sloppy, and gooey. The kind of stuff that makes his friend Diana gag. And speaking of Diana, Martin loves to tease her, because she's actually his stepsister in the series and not his fiancée. I know it's weird, but maybe the creators wanted a female character who wasn't romantically inclined to the protagonist. Now, Martin is always up to some prank or trying to creep her out, even though she usually snaps back with some sort of physical comeback. A recurring theme in the series is Martin's relentless flirting. Yes, they did keep a variant of this trait from the comics. But the comic book dude could actually get the women he wanted. The Martin we got tries his luck with every beautiful girl he meets. But let's just say his efforts are often met with rejection, sometimes even physical pushback, especially from Jenny.
Ew, gross! What are you doing?
But don't let these quirks fool you. When the chips are down, Martin shows his serious side. He's incredibly brave, deeply cares about his friends and family, and is always there to help them out of danger. Plus, he's not just all talk. He's pretty smart too. He often comes up with clever ways to outsmart a monster or unravel a mystery.
And who knows? He might end up helping me.
And then there's Diana. Although she occasionally finds herself frustrated with Martin's flaws and his seemingly cavalier attitude towards their serious missions, she can't help but respect and love him. She admires his ability to be unapologetically himself, never compromising on who he is. Diana is a serious, rational young woman, excelling academically with straight A's. She's the polar opposite of her stepbrother. In their missions, while Martin might leap without looking, Diana takes a different approach. She analyzes everything, trying to find logical explanations even for phenomena that seem to mystify paranormal enthusiasts. But here's the catch. Diana struggles to keep her cool around Martin, especially when his antics include making fun of her or scaring her. It's not uncommon for her to lose her temper and react with a slap, a punch, or even a kick. Despite these tensions, they both work together at the center, where they're part of the same team. It's a duo where one's strength balances the other's weaknesses. Next up, we have our beloved Java. This guy is a caveman aged about 200,000 years from the Neanderthal subspecies. Java isn't just a caveman. He's a central figure in a unique trio, which includes his friends Martin and Diana. Working at Torrington Academy, Java juggles roles as a cook and janitor. But there's more to him than meets the eye. When it comes to Martin and Diana's investigative adventures, Java brings a special set of skills to the table. He's the team's expert tracker, using his unique insights and instincts honed over millennia. What really sets Java apart, though, is his incredible strength. It's a game changer when facing monstrous adversaries or breaking through seemingly impenetrable barriers. But Java isn't just about brawn. He has his quirks too. He has a surprising love for lizards and spiders, creatures most would shy away from. However, like everyone, Java has his fears: cats, heights, and particularly technology. His struggle with technology even becomes a humorous, reoccurring theme in the show. Java's background as a caveman is evident in his speech. He communicates in English, but it's quite basic, reflecting his prehistoric origins and limited exposure to modern language. Now, at the helm of The Center, yes, the same organization dedicated to investigating paranormal activities across the globe, is a multitasking maestro known as Mom. She's the director, the overseer, the one who keeps an eye on everything eerie and otherworldly. Among her team of agents, Martin stands out. She seems to favor him, but not in the way you might think. It's more like he's the agent she'd choose to accompany her into the field to break the monotony of office work. Mom's role doesn't stop at our planet. She's also responsible for maintaining diplomatic peace between Earth and other celestial bodies across the galaxies. There's an air of mystery about her, especially regarding her real name, which remains a secret. In one episode titled Web of the Spider Creature, she goes by the alias Miss Olivia Mandel, cleverly crafted from her initials MOM. There's this subtle hint dropped throughout the series that she's a bit of a workaholic. How? Well, she had to be nudged into picking up a hobby, and there's not a single day she's called in sick. Oh, and there's also an alien named Billy who's got a pretty cool job working as the personal secretary for Mom. Now, Billy just zips around on his mini hovercraft. Yes, a hovercraft. He's a big fan of Martin, to the point where he even has a picture of him, making him the classic superfan character in the story. Whenever the gang shows up, Billy's usually the first to welcome them, and he's got this cool thing where he does a signature high five with Martin. In terms of his role, he's the guy who's always there to help out, popping in during a mission to drop some crucial info to Martin, Diana, and Java, often catching them off guard. And when there's slime or fabric samples to be analyzed during a mission, that's Billy's time to shine. But Billy doesn't jump into the action directly during missions unless he really has to. Now, the series starts off with this captivating tale set in a beautiful French countryside. We see this quaint village library where a man and his daughter Nellie are returning books. As they do, Nellie's curiosity leads her to a mysterious book locked and chained, depicting the fearsome boogeyman. Her curiosity gets the better of her, and as she's unlocking it, the image springs to life, its eyes glowing red, and Nellie vanishes in terror. The scene then shifts to the bustling Torrington Academy cafeteria, where Java is serving lunch. Here, we meet Martin Mystery, who cheekily asks for a muffin only to end up with chocolate-covered lips. His attempt to flirt with some girls goes wrong, leading to a playful bet with Diana Lombard after he accidentally stains her shirt with his muffin. The bet? The loser must massage Java's feet. Suddenly, their mundane school day takes a thrilling turn. Martin's U-Watch signals a portal hidden inside a fridge, transporting them to a secret center. Here, they're greeted by Billy and the formidable Mom, who's engaging in a virtual combat simulator. Their mission? Investigate the mysterious disappearance in France. But in typical Martin fashion, he accidentally releases a green glob from a container, much to Mom's frustration. Upon arriving at the French library, they meet Nellie's distressed father. Martin's detective instincts hint at an invisible culprit, but Diana is skeptical. A discovery of green slime leads them closer to the truth, revealing the involvement of the boogeyman. This revelation is confirmed when they encounter a woman whose child has also been taken by this creature, seen vanishing into a worm-filled portal. The trio, using their wits and gadgets, devise a clever plan to lure the boogeyman by gathering mischievous children in an abandoned hospital. Their plan works, but not without chaos, as Java gets thrown against a wall during an encounter with the boogeyman. In a dramatic pursuit, Martin, Diana, and Java dive into the bog world through a portal. But their adventure is far from over. They face a rising tide of worms and a chase to the top of a tree where a portal awaits. In a final, frantic moment, Martin uses a book to trap the boogeyman, sealing him away forever. The story closes with a heartwarming reunion of the children with their parents. And Diana ends up massaging Java's feet, as Martin watches on with amusement. In the final 2 episodes of Season 3, Diana made a bold move that left everyone speechless. She chose to leave the center, a decision that took Martin, Java, Billy, Mom, and all her colleagues by complete surprise. But that's not all. She joined CIHL, a completely different and challenging environment. Equipped with CIHL's advanced gears and weapons, Diana embarked on a new journey. Her first mission? To confront the very monster Martin was assigned to. We then see Octavia, CIHL's boss, in her office, and is proudly acknowledging Diana's success in completing a mission that stumped other CIHL agents. Diana, feeling a sense of accomplishment, listens as Octavia reveals the final stage of her experiment in the lab below. Octavia's grand plan is to fuse all the monsters Diana captured into a singular ultimate creature. In a shocking twist, Diana learns that CIHL actually stands for Creature Intelligence Hybrid Laboratory, and that Octavia never intended for humans and monsters to coexist. Caught off guard, Diana attempts to destroy Octavia's device, but is seized by monsters, who are actually the failed agents of Octavia. To her horror, the device activates, merging the monsters into one formidable entity. Meanwhile, at Torrington Academy, Martin is discussing his recent defeat with Mom, lamenting how another agent outperformed him. Billy jumps in, emphasizing the agent's superior speed and precision. When Mom probes for the agent's identity, Martin diverts the conversation to a swamp creature sample he's found. Mom advises Martin to hone his skills, sensing the competitive tension. Java, curious, asks Martin why he didn't reveal that Diana is his rival. Martin, in disbelief, can't fathom Diana's alliance with the dark side. Billy, reading a letter from Diana where she mockingly calls Martin an imbecile, senses finality in her words. Back in Octavia's lab, a sinister plan unfolds. Octavia intends to transform Diana into a mutant, mirroring their shared vendetta against the Center. Diana, in a desperate move, manages to send a text message to Martin for help before she's engulfed in a mysterious goo. In the gym at Torrington, Martin is training vigorously, determined to outmatch Diana in their next encounter. His focus is shattered by a text from Diana, pleading for help. Skeptical, he suspects a ruse but agrees to a rescue mission after Billy suggests Diana might genuinely be in trouble. Martin infiltrates the CIHL building through the sewers, finding his way to Octavia's lab. He rescues Diana, deactivating the device, and hurriedly collects a sample of the goo, avoiding looking at her. Diana confesses her mistake and pleads with Martin to help stop the ultimate monster. Martin, feeling betrayed, initially refuses to collaborate with someone he views as a traitor. To Martin's shock, Diana has partially transformed into a mutant. Despite her changes, she remains determined to share crucial information about Octavia's monstrous creation. Martin agrees to work with her, albeit warily, ensuring she doesn't deceive him again. Their investigation leads them to Octavia's office, where they uncover her plan for vengeance against the Center for a negative evaluation, eerily similar to Diana's own grudge. Diana suggests alerting Mom, but Martin, still resentful, questions her motives. Amidst this, chaos unfolds at the Center. Java struggles to express himself, while Billy, usually verbose, tries to be more concise. They encounter Octavia's monster, and Octavia herself confronts Mom, revealing her use of Diana for nefarious purposes. In a dramatic showdown, Octavia and her monster overpower Mom, leaving her bound and gagged. Martin and Diana arrive to find the Center in disarray, with Java and Billy trapped. Diana, now slightly mutated, frees them. In Mom's ravaged office, they find her gagged and trapped, a clear sign of a trap. Octavia emerges, ordering her monster to attack. Despite their efforts, Martin and Diana narrowly escape, realizing the monster's strengths and vulnerabilities. Diana, utilizing her new mutant agility, confronts Octavia and overcomes her. Meanwhile, Martin struggles against the monster until Diana assists with a strategic attack, using the monster's weaknesses, ultimately banishing it to another dimension. Afterward, Diana expresses disgust at her mutated state, eager to return to normal. At Mom's office, she reverts to her human form and discusses her resignation. However, Java inadvertently saves her career by eating the resignation letter. Mom then leads them to the core room. The core's evaluation reveals Diana's competence, Martin's need for empathy, and mandates retraining for Mom, who must temporarily step down. Despite Martin's aspirations, Billy is appointed as the temporary head of the Center. And that's how the third season came to an end. Now, the creators of Martin Mystery are also behind the hugely popular Totally Spies, which is making a grand comeback in 2023 with its 7th season, sparking a wave of enthusiasm among its fans. This has led to a lot of speculation about the potential revival of Martin Mystery. Remember how Martin Mystery aired during the prime years of Totally Spies? There's a theory floating around that Martin Mystery didn't extend beyond its 3rd season, possibly due to the overshadowing success of Totally Spies. But here's a thought to ponder. Were these two shows really in competition? Not necessarily. In fact, Martin Mystery could have capitalized on the popularity wave that Totally Spies created. It might not have reached the same heights of success, but it certainly had the potential to be a beloved companion show for the fans. The creators at Marathon Media were clearly onto something, as evidenced by their decision to feature a crossover episode in the 5th season of Totally Spies, named Totally Mystery Much. This episode not only highlighted the connection between the two series, but also opened up possibilities for further integration. The episode begins deep in the icy expanse of Antarctica, where scientists stumble upon an incredible find, a creature resembling a Yeti, astonishingly preserved within a block of ice. The discovery sends ripples of excitement across the globe. Meanwhile, in a different part of the world, a luxurious ski resort is being terrorized by a mysterious being. This intrigues Jerry, who quickly dispatches Sam, Clover, and Alex to unravel the mystery at this swanky winter retreat. Their mission, already thrilling, takes an unexpected turn when they cross paths with Martin Mystery. Martin is on the same case representing the Center, an organization with striking similarities to WHOOP, the agency the girls work for. As the story unfolds, each of the girls forms a unique connection with Martin. Clover, ever the flirt, makes a move on Martin but is surprisingly turned down. Sam finds herself being compared to Martin's stepsister, Diana Lombard, which she finds quite irksome. On the other hand, Alex discovers a shared passion with Martin, their love for video games, creating a bond between them. And that's Martin Mystery in a nutshell. Hit that like button if you had as much fun as I did, and dive into the next video for more mind-blowing content.